Well, hello, it's Beards and Bangers, and you join me having had a wonderful Saturday at Pride of Longbridge. What an absolutely fantastic get-together. Hope you enjoyed my videos of me getting up there, and I did get up there and get back, and my video of the day as well with my highlights. But yeah, today we're going to have a little look at the 190. Now it's had a decent drive, we're going to go round it, and I'm going to kind of make a list for you lot and obviously for myself as to what needs doing. So the one thing we're going to start off with, I'm not going to show this on camera because you've seen me snow foaming a car before, but I'm going to need to get this this car cleaned because it bedded down in a little bit of a bog in Birmingham, and some very kind people came and pushed me out. So yeah, we need to get it cleaned up, and then we'll have a little talk about what needs to happen to this car to get it in fine fettle.
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
Right, so for those of you at Pole who remember me getting stuck in the mud right at the sort of top of the field, the mud has now gone. I haven't given it a full wash yet because I'm going to save that for later in the week. But yeah, it's had a pre-wash, snow foam, and a quick going over. It needs going over again because it really did get caked, but it's looking a lot better now. Haven't washed the TF yet because that is going to drive it day at the mini plant at Cowley on Sunday. So I shall wash that Friday, Saturday, so it's looking sparkly. And I've got to do a headliner yet on this, so that's a video I've got to finish because I've done part of the video, but I'm waiting for the material, which has now arrived, so I can do the headlining on the hardtop, which isn't coming off quite yet. And then my neighbour's car needed doing as well, so I thought I'd be kind and give his car a bit of a zhuzh while I'm out here. But what I need to do now is to get the headlights out and replace the seals, because we are getting a slightly moistened boot. So let's get on and do that, and then we can talk about what else needs doing to this car. Right, so job number one is to get these gaskets put on the back light, see if that dries the boot out. I've got 3 8mm nuts here. This light's actually held on all right, but the other one I've noticed is quite loose, so I'm going to grab the tripod so that I can do this hands-free, and then hopefully show you changing the head gasket. God blimey, there's a thought. Changing the rear light gaskets. Right, so we'll get the offside one done. Never done this before, so hopefully we won't get a spectacular Beards and Bangers fail. Can I get this in there? Of course I can. He says, let's get an extension bar on that, make life a little bit easier. This little socket that I've got was actually a free gift for subscribing to Practical Classics. God, way back when. And it's really handy. It's a tiny quarter drive set. Draper, I think. It's really, really handy for little fiddly jobs like this. And quick releasing of battery terminals. Because my other socket set is huge and it weighs a ton, so it's not very practical. Where's the... not one up there, there's just a third one here. That's not too bad to get to. Aha, we've got some movement. Let's put a hand on that, stop it flying out. That's loose. Not been done too tight, which is good. If they have been off, of course, they might never have been done before. See that on the camera. So yeah, headlight just pops out, and here's our gasket here. Hopefully you can see that. So I'll just get this out a bit more, and then we'll clean that off and get the new one put back on. Yeah, so he's got this little clip, I guess you call it. I never know what to call those things. Of course, they're all over the car and all break all over as well. And then we've got this connector, so it's pretty easy. You can see it's a bit gunky, but no rust in there, which is good. Yeah, I'll go and get one of my beloved microfiber towels. We'll clean that up. The lens, we'll get the gasket off. Let's just let's pop that down, probably easy to see. So yeah, so there's the gasket. They're the three bolts that we had to undo, or the nuts sitting on those. Yeah, so we'll get this gasket off, put a new one on, see if that gets the boot drying out. It'll be a bit more challenging on the other side, because of course this assembly here, so the darker plastic is loose. And what I'm going to do while this is off the car is smear it in Owatrol, because I know that the Owatrol, since Boaty, another YouTuber, bought his Freelander, and Classic Wheels Wales showed the Owatrol trick, it's just gone, you know, Owatrol's gone viral, it really has. So just bear with, and I'll get a cloth and some Owatrol. Right, so we'll have one microfiber towel just for this. I do need to really get in here and clean all these sort of crevices anyway at some point. We'll just get the worst out of here. Just make sure we've got a nice clean surface. There we are, dirty one down there. Right, so let's give this a treatment first with some of the Owatrol. We'll use our little post here. Right, so here is the Owatrol in question. Everyone's going giddy for it. I'm just going to use a paintbrush and just lightly paint some on, and then we'll leave it for a bit, and while we tackle the actual light seal. I haven't got a little pot, but I'm just going to carefully tip some on this brush. Doesn't need a lot, I don't think. And we'll just paint that. This has been washed. You have to wash the lens first, of course. You can't just put it on mucky plastic. And of course, this car has had a wash today. So we'll just paint it on, tiny amount, and we'll hold it up to the other one in a sec and see if it rejuvenates it. Don't need to do the headlights on this, because Austin polished those a few weeks ago, so they're actually all right. We'll give the Owatrol a go. Everyone's doing it, so I don't want to be left out. Right, that's the Owatrol done. Right, so while the Owatrol's drying on the other light, we'll just get this one out and see what's going on, because the actual bulb holder's not staying in on this one. I'm wondering, because the gaskets don't seem too bad, so I'm wondering if these aren't done up particularly tightly. These nuts are loose nuts. So we'll take this apart and have a look. Get a bit of belly behind it, just so we don't have it flopping out and cracking on the floor, because that would be a disaster. So I think we'll just do these up a little bit tighter when we put them back in. Not massively tight, but they are quite loose, and that could not be helping us. Right, let's see what happens when we take this one off. Oh, that's a bit gunkier. That's a bit muckier. See, look, the actual bulb holder's not staying in there, and that's pretty grotty. So we'll give this a clean up, and yeah, look, there's our issue. So it's this side. Got a lot of water in this headlight. So that is where it's getting in, and in fact the gasket is split, so there we go. Yeah, so there is a little springy clippy thing on the back of this light here, which is missing off the offside one, so we'll need to maybe find a new light cluster at some point. Let's just get the new gasket offered up. And we can at least refit one light today. So that just sits in very simply like so. We can then put our bulbs back in carefully, and that just then clips in. So that's what's missing off the other one. So we're going to need to source a new headlight cluster for the back, I think. I think that's a separate part, so we'll just put it back in gently for now, just to. So we've got a clip there, I don't know if you can see that, and that just pops in there. We've got our connector, and then hopefully that's it. We've got our nuts. We'll do these up a little tighter, not ridiculously tight. And we'll have to take to Facebook and get another tail light cluster, or eBay, or Discount Energy Rover spares. Let's get these in finger tight, then we'll nip them up. Oh, and we've lost a nut already. Well done with that. I can see it, thankfully. There's. Alright, they're all nipped up by hand, so let's just get in with the dear little ratchet. I won't tighten them all down in one go. We'll just do. And you see the light pulling in. That's good. That's going in all right. That's tight enough. That's the near side done. So we're going to have to put the offside one back in, just to keep the water from getting in, because we've now got a hole, and then we'll have to source another light. So I'll do that off camera, and then we'll have another look at the we'll have a look at what needs to happen with the rest of the car. Right, so we'll have to rely on the carpet just to hold that in place until we can get a new bulb holder. Sorry, light cluster. It's actually this bit that's broken, not the bulb holder. That hasn't been Owatrolled. That has. I think it's a bit. I'm facing the sun, so it's probably not quite the best way of checking. But does it make a difference? I'd like to think it does. Okay, let's just get this boot closed up and tools put away, and then we'll have a look at the rest of the car. Okay, so yeah, we know we've got to replace this this light cluster, but it's got a new gasket on. The gasket on this is where the leak was. So the gasket on the near side was actually all right, and there's actually a little pool of water which I've mopped up, so that's hopefully going to lead to a now dry boot. So I'm going to get another 2 sets of those gaskets, one for a spare, one for the 190. So these were supposed to go on the 190, but so we'll order up gaskets, 2 sets, and this light, which we'll try and find a good one second hand. I don't really want to put a new one on if a new one is indeed available. While we're at the back side of the car, I've got a badge coming for here, so that's going to be replaced. I've actually put some Owatrol on this surround as well, just to see if that comes back, but that's pretty faded, so we'll we'll come back to that bit. I didn't do a very good job cleaning that earlier, but I'm being quite careful around this sill, because this sill's going to need a repair about here. So it's not falling apart, but it has got filler in it, so I'm going to get that repaired with some fresh metal. This door has got some dings in. Looks like it's been Tesco car park job by the looks of it. So I think that, because they're kind of creases, well, need welding, and goodness, he's a loud delivery driver. They'll need welding, filling, and then flatting back. Yeah, a week's time, car's going into paint, so the whole front bumper's going to get resprayed, blended to this wing, blended to the bonnet, and then this wing where we've got the lacquer peel that I've showed you before will get fully resprayed. And once that's done, I will put a new badge, which has actually arrived. This one arrived first, so I've got a new badge to go in there. So the engine's running a decent revs at the moment, because it's cold. It's the first time it's been started up today. But yeah, but the rough running is very intermittent. So it's all right at the moment. Can't have a video about this car without some exhaust burble. Oh look, some nice splattering of deposits on the front of Dusty there. But yeah, it's still running a bit lumpy. It seems to be, I'm going to shut it off, because that's probably used up about 2 gallons of fuel. Yeah, I think what are the next things to look at? So we managed to get, Dan sold me the proper air clean, so we'll get that put back on, so it's got the correct air intake. So that's really good news, because you cannot get those new old stock anymore. So we'll do that. I think we need to look at the fueling, so the injectors, the fuel pump, because what I noticed driving back on Saturday is that when the car got to half a tank, that's when it started playing up. Filled it up, brimmed it, and it ran happily again. So maybe when the tank's full, there's a bit more kind of natural gravity fuel pressure. I could be talking absolute rubbish, of course, but it could, well, there could be a fueling issue as well. It could be the fuel combined with this rubbishy cone water sucking air filter as well, so that's just sucking in hot air, because this engine bay does get phenomenally hot. This was venting, as you saw in my video the other day, but I'm not, having sort of read MG John's really helpful comments, I'm not unduly concerned about that, so we'll just keep an eye on it. The engine, the temperature gauge has never moved, it doesn't budge from halfway, it's very, very static on this car. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, they're the jobs that are going to be done fairly soon. So just recap: got new light cluster on the offside rear, paint on the front, get the car back into AJF to get this air cleaned up. I might have a go at it myself actually, but I probably won't. It's probably a job for Austin. So get this air cleaner properly fitted. It's got a K&N as standard, so it's going to breathe well, even with the kind of snake-like setup that it should have. Probably drop the oil out of it again, just to really, you know, clean that engine. Again, that might help the emissions, because it is rich. It is so rich. The other thing, I'll spin you around so you can see me again. The other thing I suspect has happened is, because it's got this Walter Mitty exhaust with lots of various sizes of tube basically roughly welded together. Can't wait for someone to start making the full stainless steel systems for this, but I suspect it has got cats on it, but they may well not have any gubbins in. So it did pass the emissions legitimately, but yeah, I want to get this car running properly, as stock as it can be. The only thing that won't be stock on it is the head unit, which I'm actually very pleased with. It's an Alpine unit with Apple Play, so I can have Google Maps on and all that kind of jazz, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff, but I'm not advertising. And the exhaust it will have to have, because you can't buy genuine mild steel exhaust for these cars anymore. You can buy back boxes, but so I've been speaking to someone, they are going to start fabricating full stainless steel systems, which is quite exciting. So there we are. So yeah, it's coming on. We know where we've got to go. It was useful giving the car a drive up to Birmingham and back over the weekend. Obviously it was great because we had Pride of Longbridge, and what a fantastic event. But Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the hell out of these videos, and I will see you again very soon on the next episodes of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.